Alrighty party people, we are back for part 2 of the Crave case reviews. Yesterday, if you did not see, we reviewed the Samsung Note 25 Ultra model. Now we're taking a look at the iPhone 15 and 16 Pro Max models. This one's going to be a little bit longer because there are 2 phones involved in this and there are some things you need to know if you have the 15 or the 16, so stay tuned for that. But other than that, guys, let's not waste any time. Cue that intro. So like I said yesterday, guys, if you did not see this, this is a 2-part review for the company Crave. They were kind enough to send me over the cases for the iPhone 15 and 16 Pro Max, as well as the S25 Ultra. Check out the previous video to be caught up on where we are on today's episode. But anyway, guys, just picking up where we left off, essentially, this is gonna just be a piggyback off of the video because both cases are pretty much the same. Same build, same quality, same everything. But there are a few notable differences that we do have to discuss and some things that I do want to talk about. So let's start with the iPhone 15 Pro Max case. Now, I picked it up in red, and I personally am a huge fan of the red color. I love the color red on an iPhone. I've always wanted product red, and this case does a really good job. It captures the essence of that redness. I would have liked it to have been a little bit more of a deeper red, but it's still a good red. In the back over here, we do see the cutout for the MagSafe. Now, this is one thing you will notice that is done differently in the previous iteration and also in the next iteration, which we'll discuss. But also, it does have the cutouts for the buttons. They feel very clicky. I would honestly say these are the most clickiest that I've ever felt on a case, and I've used multitude of cases as well. On the side, there is a cutout for the action button on both the 16 Pro Max, but on the 15 Pro Max, it has a cutout for the now, the mute button, whatever Apple calls it now, whatever it is, it's the mute switch. But this case is a little bit different because compared to the 16 Pro Max, the 15 Pro Max doesn't actually have a dedicated button that you can press. It actually is just a cutout. You have to put your finger in, and sometimes it's a little hard. So thankfully they fixed that with the 16 Pro Max case and have had a physical button on the side to help make it easier to press the mute switch. Then, of course, at the bottom is the cutout for the USB-C, as well as the grills for the speakers and microphone. Now, onto the 16 Pro Max version, that one is basically an improved version of what we have right here with the 15 Pro Max. The biggest improvements that they did was, of course, that mute switch button now actually having a physical button to press. It also is a slightly more tweaked design than the 15 Pro Max, a little bit less bulkier, at least in my opinion. Also, the cutout for the USB-C port is a little bit more wider, so it does fit a nice array of USB-C cables, because that was one of the things about this case. It didn't fit certain cables. It was a little bit too small, so thankfully they've adjusted that. And then lastly, the most important thing, the MagSafe in the back has a better design. At first, I didn't even think there was MagSafe built into it, but then when I put it on the stand, that's when I saw the magnets attached. So I really like that they did tweak things from the 15 Pro Max to the 16 Pro Max, but one thing that I wish case companies would do is they would keep that consistency across the board. Now, I don't expect them to discontinue a bunch of cases and others, but considering it's the same material, considering it's the same build, it would have been nice that they would have featured something along the lines of keeping that tweaked design make its way over to the 15 Pro Max, considering the 15 Pro Max is only a year old. Now, one question that people are probably going to wonder, how are the magnets for MagSafe? And this is where I got to give it to the 16 Pro Max. The magnets are a lot stronger, they're a lot more grippier, they have a better feel, whereas the 15 Pro Max case, the magnets on those are good, but with a little bit of force and pressure, it slides off very easily. It will stay attached, don't worry about that. But if you do use a little bit of force, then it's a little loose. So I'm really glad that they improved on the design in the 16 Pro Max, but I wish it had made its way over to the 15 Pro Max, which is my daily driver. But that's just my opinion, that's just my honest feelings, but again, it's not the final word. Just putting that out there. The Crave cases are tremendous. I really love the quality that they gave you with both the S25 and the iPhone. Specifically, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is the better of the two cases in my opinion. So I definitely recommend it if you have a 16 Pro Max. It's still the same $20. You are getting a great value case here, guys. It comes in a multitude of colors, and honestly speaking, it's a great case all around. Check out the link in the description. Like I said, I would have had some negatives if it was just a 15 Pro Max, but because we had the 16 Pro Max, it basically writes out all of the wrongs with the negatives that I would have had. So that's kind of why I didn't talk about any negatives, because they addressed that with the 16 Pro Max case. So with that being said, check out the Crave cases, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. If you did, hit the like button. If you disliked the video, you can hit the dislike button. That helps circulate my videos as well. As always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all on the next episode. Have a good day, and peace!